Let's stick with legal matters, but stop at the National Labour Commission because the Commission is ordering striking senior staff members in universities to return to work. The senior staff of universities of Ghana have declared an indefinite strike over what it describes as its poor conditions of service. But the National Labour Commission says members of the association who provide essential services cannot embark on a strike action. The Commission also says the complaints of the association are currently being dealt with by the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. We have more on that statement shortly, but in a desperate attempt by the University of Ghana to avert the impact of a strike action by Senior Staff Association of University of Ghana, the school says it will rely on interns, national service personnel, as well as class assistants to teach in its basic school. In a statement by the University of Ghana Basic School Board, the school says the strike is impacting negatively on the running of the school and is putting in place stopgap measures to deal with the biting impacts. My colleague Kukwa Sante has joined me via Zoom. He's been following this for Joy News, and with that statement, Kweku, first, what does the statement from the National Labour Commission say?
Right, Aisha. So the statement from the National Labour Commission says we refer to a letter of 8 June 2021 from the Ministry of Health on the above mentioned subject. They say that we are directing them to completely lay down their tools with immediate effect until further notice. The affected people are the hospitals and clinics, the fire service, the basic schools and departments. They say that the complainant notes that the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission is currently engaging in negotiations with the Senior Staff Association over the issue and disputes. And so they should call up their strike. They end by saying that the statement from the NLC ends by saying UOG is not only withdrawing the said directive to the essential service providers, but also to call off the ongoing strike immediately pursuant to Section 161 of the Act 651 and appear before the Commission tomorrow, Wednesday, 9 June 2021 at 3 p.m.
But for the University of Ghana, what are they doing to keep its basic school running and to minimize the impacts of the strike?
Right, Aisha. So according to this statement from the University of Ghana Basic School, it says, we see this latest development as very unfortunate because teachers in our basic schools have been brought in. We write to inform you that the school will run as we have it. The unlisted category of staff will hold the fort as we await the return of all teachers to the classrooms. 1, teachers under FUSSAG. 2, class assistants. 3, national service personnel. And 4, student teachers on internship from the University of Education and the University of Ghana, Lagos.
Meanwhile, in the KNUST, the impact of the strike by the Senior Staff Association is having a toll on work at the university. Students at the University Primary School, for instance, have had to stay home as a result. Prince Apia is with Love FM. He has details from Kumasi. Prince, what was the situation at the KNUST Basic School?
So Aisha, at the KNUST Basic School, as at the time I went there, there was absolutely nobody there. The only people who were around were the security persons who were manning the gate of the school and taking care of cleaning activities on the school campus. So what has happened is that since last Friday, parents that trooped to the school with their awards realized that the strike had intensified. As a result, they were very frustrated and took their awards back home. So from Monday, no parent at all, no school children have decided, have tried to go to take their awards to school. Nobody is going to the school, so the place is very empty, I should say. And so that has been the situation. But for the junior high schools, they are in sessions and they are going to school. But for the primary school, it is really affecting them.
That's Prince Apia from Kumasi. Ofusua Samoa is Executive Secretary of the National Labour Commission, and he joins us via Zoom. Many thanks for your time. Has there been any engagement with the striking workers on their demands before this order directing them to resume work? Hello, Mr. Samoa. You're on Joy News Prime, and you can unmute for me.
Hello, yes. There's been an engagement between the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, the Ministry of Education, and the striking workers. And as I talk to you now, about 3 of the issues out of the 5 issues have been resolved, leaving about 2. And tomorrow, engagement is going on. Even tomorrow at 2 o'clock, fair wages and salaries are meeting them again in another scheduled meeting. So what's the engagement? That is why the National Labour Commission has come in, because when you look at our law, section 161 of the law, refers to the cooling off period, that when negotiations are going on, mediation or arbitration in the way of resolving disputes between parties, parties are not to engage in lockout, strikes, or any form of action that will bring undue influence, threats, or otherwise to the other party. So whilst negotiations are going on, meetings have been held, other meetings have been scheduled to be held to resolve the problem. It is unfortunate that one party will decide to go on strike, especially when in the course of negotiation, some of the issues have been resolved. Then the essential service providers within the association, who are otherwise precluded at all material times, right, from engaging in any form of strike, are now being called upon to join the strike when negotiations have begun. That is an unfortunate situation, because when you refer to Section 162 of the Labour Act, which refers to the essential services providers, they must try to resolve any dispute that arises within 3 days. Should it break down within 24 hours, we must refer the dispute to the commission, and the commission shall, within 3 days, set up a compulsory arbitration panel to look at it. In any case, these essential service workers belonging to the association were not part of the strike, so that if they feel that the negotiation has broken down between members of the association or their leadership who are otherwise engaged by the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, it is for them to report to the commission within 24 hours. But rather, instead of reporting to the commission that negotiations are broken down, they rather called on the essential service providers to join the strike. But, the commission, with the powers that we have descended and invited them to the commission tomorrow at 3 p.m. to have the matter settled. But in the meantime, we have been advised to call off the strike.
Mr. Samoa, how do you react to those who say the NLC is no more an impartial arbiter because, you are seen to always side with government, disregarding the concerns of workers?
Where is government in this case? Where is the government in this case? These are workers who are saying that their conditions of services are bad. The only institution which is empowered by law to negotiate better conditions of services for workers, especially in the government departments, is the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, right? In this case, the Senior Staff Association are government workers, so they will have to engage with the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, which is ongoing. The Senior Staff Association of the universities come under the Ministry of Education, and the Ministry of Education is also part of the ongoing negotiations. 3 of the problems that they have tabled, 3 of the problems they have tabled out of the 5 have been resolved. That is the information we have, leaving 2. Now, with the 2 that is left, they met, days before, and tomorrow, even at 2 o'clock, there is another meeting, right? Now, one party to the 3 parties meeting decides to declare a strike. In the declaration of a strike, they did not stop there, but further called upon another group, right, within the bigger group who are engaged in essential services to join them. Now, let us note that when the strike began, they themselves, members of the union, saw that yes, we all belong to the same union, we are going on strike because we have bad conditions of service. However, even though you are part of us, because of the services you provide, you continue to go to work. That is the staff of the anatomy department, the fire service, and other health providers. Why did they not join them, or they allowed their members to join them when the strike began? They knew that it was not permissible under the law. And why would you go on strike at a time when the problems are being solved amongst yourself? Where does government come in? We as Labour Commission have not descended into the arena of conflict because they were negotiating. And negotiation is the primary step for dispute resolution when the commission or labor issues are involved. That is why we sat back. We have only come because there is an infringement on the law where essential services providers have been encouraged or have been directed to join the strike. So what we are doing is that we are calling, that is why we are not telling them that go back to work because your conditions are better and you should be told there's no need for negotiation. But we are saying that go back to work. The commission is ready to assist you to help resolve the matter. If the two of you have been unable to resolve through your negotiation, come before the commission tomorrow, Wednesday, at 3 p.m. for the commission to assist. The meeting was fixed for 3 p.m. for a strategic reason. And that is because we are aware that between them, the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission and the senior staff, they have a meeting scheduled for tomorrow, 2 p.m. at the offices of the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission to continue with the negotiations they have already begun. Right? You see? So so we are like more or less a backup or, ready to step in if you are unable to resolve.
Oh, so in your letter, Mr. Samoa, you said the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission is dealing with the concerns, and you are in fact confirming it now here. Are you aware of the details?
That is what I'm saying, that we are aware, because the letter has been written to us by the Fair Wages and the Minister, copied to them, and they have not disputed it. That 3 out of the 5 issues we tabled have been resolved. They have not commented, they have not disputed it. Perhaps tomorrow, if they appear before the commission, if they think otherwise, or that is not the case, they will present it before the commission. I am not in the position to say whether it is the truth or not. But what I'm saying is that by law, during the period of negotiation, that is what I refer to under Section 161 of the law, which is the cool-off period. One party cannot engage in a strike or the other engage in a lockout, wearing of red armbands or any form of threat or undue influence for the other party to agree to your demands. You understand?
Okay.
Then two, I've gone to Section 162, which precludes providers of essential service from joining a strike. In this case, as the case under review, negotiations are going on, right? So Section 161 of the law is applicable, which says that you should not go on strike or the other party engage the lockout. And now we have one party going on strike. We go to 162. Essential service providers should not go on strike, and now they have been invited to go on strike. And the Labour Commission was established by the law to see to regulate some of these things.
So as you meet leadership of the Senior Staff Association tomorrow, what should we expect from that meeting?
We are meeting the Senior Staff Association, the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, the Ministry of Education, and the Ministry of Employment and Labour Relations. All the parties have been invited so that the commission will look at issues that are still outstanding that the parties have been unable to resolve and assist them to resolve it.
I'm grateful for your time. Ofusua Samoa is Executive Secretary of the National Labour Commission.